Hello friends, thanks for joining me in this video. This is December 1st, 2017. Last month in November, I recorded a video. I spoke about virtues, and this time around in the month of December, I wanted to share something about a therapy, which is a very interesting therapy. And I always use this therapy in training sessions exclusively when I train the corporate members. I definitely administer this therapy, and most of the people have given a lot of good feedback about this therapy. It's called as the repeated stacking of feelings. The name repeated stacking is kind of a technical name, but you have to understand that when you talk about repeated stacking, it means having the feelings completely put one by one onto the heart level, so that you get exposed to a new form of thinking, or a new form of a definite feeling that will make you go a little bit further in your journey. So much happens that people are very stressed these days, and they are not able to put their best foot forward, and they are not giving their 100% potential. It so happens that people are really in the struggle, and most of the time losing the identity, the original identity. Your life has been always a wonderful spiral game. You had your education, almost about 20 years of education, and then you come to a profession, you survive in the profession for a decade or so, and then you see your family, and this roller coaster keeps running, and one point of time you feel that you have lost your identity. It happens so much that you are not able to see your own self, the unique characteristics of yourselves go up in the air for a toss, and you're not able to give your 100% in some of the projects that you are taking. And if you're a student, you're not able to do really well, just like you were doing in the previous years. For example, a 9th grade student is not able to do and not able to give the same potential that he was giving in 9th grade in the 10th grade. And an 11th grade student is not able to give his best potential when he comes to the college. Likewise, this spiral of weaknesses and this spiral of underperforming naturally comes as this technology is really swallowing our time, our energy, and most of the integral part of ours. So I was thinking I should give you a technique, a solution, so that you can reclaim the true identity, and you can give your best foot forward in whatever that you are doing. Modules. I was recently in a college where I was training the faculty members on various modules. The faculty members were taught how to handle their stress. They are also taught how to have goals. It's an interesting proposition, talking to the faculty members how to have goals for themselves. Goal setting happens to be a blurred image for them. After having set into an atmosphere, they're not able to give their best foot forward. After having set in an atmosphere, they're not able to give their complete percentage. And so some of the faculty members were really apparently mentioning that they really forgot what their real goal was, and what they are trying to work right now is not actually the things that they were thinking that they would be working in the past period of time. So these are all the areas that I wanted. I was stuck in this area where I was trying to think what could be done for making people understand that they are much larger than what they are currently existing. So I came across this neuro-linguistic programming technique called as repeated stackings of the feelings, and I made it as a therapy. And before administering to you in this video, I tried this therapy to a couple of group of people, and they really came up with a very good feedback, and that is what has really inspired to make a video so that I can give it to you in the form of YouTube, or whenever you meet me, you can get the video from me. The previous couple of videos, I made one video about self-image in the month of October, one video about virtues handling that I mentioned in the beginning of this video in the month of November. Both the videos have really captured a lot of attention. Thanks to the people who had been subscribing in my YouTube channel, they were really able to watch those videos. And this video will be there in my YouTube channel tomorrow, so you can have a good look at it. Perhaps you are watching that because of me posting in the YouTube channel. Let's quickly get into this basic of repeated stacking of feelings. Robin Sharma, one of my favorite authors, usually asks one simple question in most of his speech. When was the last time that you laughed so hardly that tears were rolling out? Unfortunate fact is that most of us have forgotten such a laugh. Most of us are not really having situations and things really working in our favor so that we would be laughing to that extent. What I mean is, we have lost the fun part of it and we are not able to recollect that fun. This repeated stacking of feelings is a wonderful technique wherein you can really jump into the laboratory of your thoughts and you can get all the lost feelings back. Putting your feelings one by one. And you might be coming up with the point of argument that I'm already, having a lot of feelings. I'm putting a lot of feelings into the mind, and that is in fact making me so much depressed. No, the idea is not putting all the destructive feelings, putting all the constructive feelings together. As I told you, that it is a therapy. It is a kind of an intervention that will definitely take you out of a lot of emotional disaster. It will take you out of a lot of emotional trauma. Very simple exercise, but yet it's a very dynamic exercise, I should say. When was the last time you laughed so hard that the stomach got complete churned out and then you're really having an ache into the stomach and tears were rolling out? Have you ever smiled or have you ever laughed like that? Have you ever laughed like that? Anytime in the past? Or anytime soon? Will you be really laughing like that? Or do you really have the scope of funny environment and funny atmosphere and funny people around you who could really make you laugh like that? I seriously doubt, because today the country has taken a different kind of shape and we're all rushing towards something. We don't know what we are rushing towards, but we are still rushing. And most of the people are really having goals, and sometimes it so happens that they forget their complete reality. The identity is lost. One of the major disciplines in psychological study teaches one thing, that is, human beings during the course of their action and when they are trying to have a pursuit of a goal, they tend to lose their identity, and it becomes a very big responsibility for the individuals to reclaim the true identity. Maybe this therapy will help you on a marginal basis to reclaim your true identity, which you might have lost before a longer period. Do you remember your true identity? How were you when you were doing your education? You finished your education perhaps for about 20 years in the past, and then you got into a profession, and in the profession you spent almost about a decade or 1.5 decades. You met so many people, few thousands of people you met in your profession, and those few thousands of people, some people might have been giving you a lot of glory, some people might have been very haunting for you. They would have been energy vampires, they would have eaten a lot of energy out of you, they would have taken a lot of spirit out of you. And on this pursuit, your true identity might have been lost. What would you be doing? As an entrepreneur, I will have to work really hard every single month for reclaiming my identity. Because each project, I might be having about 8 or 10 projects in a month. And each project will be in a different nature. It will have its own shades, it will have its own reasons, it will have its own styles. And each project takes a piece of me. Okay, so sometimes it makes me a cruel person, sometimes it makes me a gruel person, sometimes it makes me a country person, sometimes it makes me a very person of a euphoria and aura. So depends upon the people who are in the project, depends upon whom I'm training. Sometimes I also lose my identity. And as a freelancer, as an entrepreneur, I will have to take at least 3 or 4 times in a week, or at least once in a month, for reclaiming my true identity. So I'm totally concerned over you. So I'm impressing upon this point that you will have to spend time for reclaiming your true identity. And this repeated stacking of feelings is definitely going to help you on that. So without taking further, let us straight away jump into the steps of this repeated stacking of feelings. Because sometimes when the video is going beyond a certain limit of time, people find it difficult to watch. So I recently read an article which spoke about the intrinsic apprehensive value of human listening power, which clearly says that a human being these days, with exposure to modern technology and media content, overflow of media content, people are really interested to watch something only to an extent of about 30 to 40 minutes. It also came up with a very good inference that youngsters don't spend 5 minutes time even for listening to the full version of the song, right? So a full version of the song goes for about 4 minutes or 5 minutes in an album, and youngsters are not spending time, the complete time, for listening to the full album and full song of the album. And That's a very tragic as it could get, right? So when the songs in the album have got that particular limit, and what about this educational video that you are watching? But if you're really interested interested on the content, you'll spend a real good quality time in listening to me. But I would like to restrict perhaps about 20 minutes or 25 minutes, maybe. Kindly excuse me, I might be, at the worst case, could be elongating to 30 minutes, not more than that. Yeah, coming back, the steps of repeated stacking of feelings. Well, my dear friends, it goes like this. Whenever you are in the troubled times, and when you're in the troubled waters of your life, when you're stressed, when you're really having a tough time, all you have to do is just get into a hypnotic level and do this repeated stackings. Hypnotic level, have you ever heard about that? A common human being might not have heard about hypnotic level. Just close your eyes and count from 100 to 1 backwards. You might either get drowsy or you will be put into a very peaceful nap. Either ways, you are in a very relaxed state. That's called as hypnotic level. And in the hypnotic level, you will have to listen to some of the voices, right? So repeated stacking's original method, a proper method of repeated stacking is that I will have to put you into hypnotic level and I will have to talk something to you so that you could listen to me. You should internalize whatever I'm speaking and you should get the feeling of those words. For example, if just imagine that you are in a hypnotic level and I would say, capture a moment when you felt really happy, when you felt really joyous, when you're completely carried away with happiness and joy. If I say this statement, will you be really able to capture a particular moment where you felt really happy? Is your library containing such incident or incidents? All of us have such incidents. So you will have to take that particular incident, and I'll be giving you some time for that, and you will have to take that incident. And during the classroom sessions, technical sessions in the therapy, I will ask the listeners to do this. Like, they will close the eyes, they will get hypnotized, they will have the self-hypnosis region, they will close the eyes. Extend your hand, capture the moment, and bring it to the heart. Like, extend the hand, capture the moment, and bring it to the heart. Extend the hand, capture the moment, and bring it to the heart. I'll ask them to do this. So when they are doing this, it clearly means that they are taking those incidents to the heart. And if they feel, that's called as repeated stacking of the feeling. Have you heard about the neurotic people? Neurotic people are the ones who always stay in terms with the traumatic situations and destructive feelings. They never fail to have destructive feelings at the regular interval of time. They consistently infringe a lot of destructive feelings inside, and they feel so much bored inside, and they feel as if the life has given them the wrong turn, and they're not able to get completely spirited for taking their tasks, completing their projects. If I'm not giving you this repeated stacking technique right now, I think you will soon become a neurotic. That's bad news. Okay, so no discouragement, but still, I would like to say this is the one solution that is left over with you in order to ensure that you are not turning to be a neurotic in the future. That's why I'm just giving this technique to you. So let's get into the step-by-step process. When you are having a troublesome situation, when you are really having a problematic situation, at any given point of time, if you are not having the kind of spirit that you are supposed to have for taking that work, it means you are mentally disturbed. So at that point of time, I would like to ensure a space where you will not be disturbed. People should not disturb you, machines should not disturb you, devices should not disturb you. And I sincerely doubt if you have such a space in your house where the internet is not having an entry into the room. If you're having such a space, I would like to appreciate you. That's the one among the rare living places in the planet right now that you are having complete serene atmosphere. Create a serene atmosphere, create a calm atmosphere for ensuring that you are really having a kind of relaxation. Because for any hypnotic methods, for any kind of for any kind of neuro-linguistic programming exercises, relaxation is the basic fundamental entity. So just lie down. That's step number 1, by the way, my dear friends. So just lie down and count from 50 to 1 backwards. And when you gradually count 50 to 1 backwards, what happens is your waves, the mind neuron waves, are getting completely gradual, and you get into the alpha level. So once you are exposed into the alpha level, then repeated stacking process starts. Let me give you 6 entities. I would really be interested, and I would be really glad if you are just passing this video now and quickly grab a notebook and pen, perhaps your personal journal, for noting down these 6 entities, because these 6 entities are the most important entities and the most important integral part of repeated stackings of feelings exercise. Pass the video and get your notebook, and I'll wait. I don't have any problem in waiting. Come on, do it. Get the notebook and come back. Thank you. Much appreciated. The first thing, the most memorable, happy moment in your life. The most memorable, happy moment in your life. Number 1. You got reference over here, so make a note of it. Things will be always displayed over here. Number 2, the most memorable achievement you did in your life so far. The most memorable achievement you did in your life so far. 3rd, the most important moment that you felt that you are connected to God. We will name it as the sacred moment. The most important moment you are connected to God. The sacred moment. That's the 3rd one. 4th one, the most contented moment in which you felt completely satisfied. The most contented moment in which you felt completely satisfied. That's the 4th one. 5th one is my personal favorite. The 5th entity. The most important failure and the way you overcame that failure, or the most important setback and the way and strategies that you utilized for coming away or coming through that setback. That's the 5th one. 6th one, the moment you felt so proud of yourself, the moment you felt the complete pride, the moment you felt so much proud of your own self. 6th one. 7th one, a bonus factor, maybe, but this is quite optional. The moment you were completely silent and blissful. The moment you were completely silent and blissful. So these are the 7 entities. You have to do a work before you get into this repeated stackings of feelings. You will have to take stock of all these feelings. Otherwise, this is not going to work. In each category, you will have almost about 4 or 5 incidents. If your age is 20, you will have at least 2 or 3 incidents in each category. If you are beyond 30, you will have at least 10. If you are a middle-aged person like 35, 40, you will definitely have about 10 or 15 in each category. So without waiting further, just pause this video and then write all the things. Write at least 2 elements in each category, in all the 7 categories. Most importantly, write in all the 6 categories. The 6 categories. The 7th category, as I said, it is optional, blissful memory, but all the 6 categories are quite very much important. So you will have to write at least 2 things under those 6 categories. It's not about can you, it's about will you. So pause the video and start writing. Thanks a lot for the cooperation. So I have written down all those things, at least 2 entities in each category. Good, that's pretty good. Now my dear friends, having got the vested belief that you have really written all those entities, let us get into the exercise. Now, we were speaking about lying down flat and getting relaxed, right? So once you get relaxed, if I were along with you as this therapy administrator, what I will do is, after making you self-hypnotized, after ensuring that you are completely in a relaxed state, what I will do is, I will ask you in a real husky and a real appealing voice, I would say, now go back and capture that real happy moment and bring it to the heart. During the technical therapy session, the candidates will be doing this. They will be sitting straight, they will be having their eyes closed, and I will ask them, after putting them into complete relaxation state, I'll ask them, now go for grabbing the happy moment in your life. Extend your hand, capture the happy moment and bring it to the heart. Extend your hand, capture that happy moment, bring it to the heart. So this might be sounding a little bit crazy and it might be looking very kiddish, but the point is, when you're doing this physiological moment during this therapy, this physiological moment is a subliminal communication to the subconscious mind that your mind will be immediately responding. Remember the stimulus and response mechanism? Stimulus and response. Like for example, if I really give you an incident that will make you emotionally disturbed, then the incident that I am giving you is called as a stimulus, and the reaction that you are giving towards that is called as a response. So when you are giving this physical moment during the therapy, what happens is your subconscious mind responds properly. So that stimulus is activated and the mind takes it as a proper response that your mind has to change, and immediately your regular pattern that there is a pattern oriented behaviors that are happening during this negative emotional disturbances are really rubbed off and they are replaced with the thought that you are infringing, the happy moment. When you are interrupting the pattern of your mind and you are re-infringing this happy moment. So why don't we go for a demonstration? So let's get on with it. If you are really putting on your headphone and watching this video, keep your eyes closed and ensure that you are listening to my voice alone. Let us have a demonstration. Are you ready for that? Just tell me when you're ready. Thank you. So keep your eyes closed. Just follow my instructions. All you have to do is just follow my instructions, right? And during the course of my time, when I am explaining things, I will be asking you to extend your hand, capture the moment, bring close to the heart. During that time, when I say that, you literally do this gesture, okay? So you extend your hand, capture the moment, bring it to the heart. And when you are capturing the moment, make sure that you are really capturing the moment and you are bringing it to the heart and feel it. Feel that feeling. If it is a happy moment, feel happy. If it is a funny moment, feel funny, all right? Laugh it out. If it is a sacred moment connected with God, feel that kind of fulfillment. If it is a proud moment, feel that kind of proud moment. If it is a thanking moment, feel the thanking. If it is a failure moment, feel that appropriate feeling. So your mind is getting massaged, it is getting completely exercised, and during that problematic situation when you are exercising this therapy, the problem goes away from you and you get strong. And remember, in the beginning of our video we spoke about reclaiming the true identity. You get your true identity by virtue of doing this. Alright? Close your eyes. Close your eyes and follow my instructions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you are totally relaxed. Completely relaxed. You're feeling so light. I'll give you some time. Get into your life's library. Find out and recollect the most happiest moment. The most happiest moment. Good. You have found it out. Now extend your hand. Extend your hand. Capture that happy moment. Bring it close to the heart. Again, extend the hand. Capture that happy moment and bring it to the heart. Now go back to the library and find out a moment when you felt really proud. Extend your hand, capture that proud moment and bring it closer to the heart. Do it again, extend your hand, capture the proud moment and bring it close to your heart. Wonderful. Feel it. Feel the feelings. Now, capture a moment when you felt really funny, full of laughter, full of fun, full of craziness, full of humor. Capture that moment. Laugh it out. Bring it close to the heart. Now go around and find out a moment when you were really connected with God, when you're really feeling so much sacred, when you're really feeling that God is with you. Capture that moment, bring it close to the heart. Capture that moment again, bring it close to the heart. Now, get back to the lifespan and capture a moment where you really worked hard to come out of a setback, where you really slogged around for getting yourself through out of the setback. Extend your hand, capture that moment, bring it to the heart. Extend your hand, capture that moment, bring it to the heart. Slowly open your eyes and look at me. Thanks for the cooperation. Now, this is just a sample, my dear friends. Now, in the later course of this therapy, what we will do is, we will do it a little bit more faster. Okay? Since you are not facing me face to face, I'm not able to do this beyond a certain level. I cannot do this. But then, if you are really attending my session, I would be doing it so vividly that I have seen plenty of multitude of responses whenever I do this, administer this therapy to the people. People will start crying, people will start laughing voraciously, people will start shedding tears, people will scream. So many things. I don't know what kind of response you elicited by doing this, but as the course goes on, I would be doing a little bit more faster. Extend your hand, capture another happy moment. Extend your hand, capture another funny moment. Extend your hand, capture another proud moment. Extend your hand, capture another sacred moment. Likewise, we keep on repeating, repeated stacking of emotions. And when this goes on, and then again, I will take you to the faster level, and then I will gradually bring it down. Very, very slow, and then finally I will ask you to open your eyes. And in 20 minutes, you feel so good after doing this. And this is called as repeated stacking of feelings. Why don't you literally give a try for the next 20 or 25 days and give me feedback how this has really turned you around and how does this work. Just go about it. To make the long story short, step number 1, first of all, get the list of all the feelings that we spoke about. Remember those 6 feelings? Yeah. And then step number 2, get yourself completely relaxed. And step number 3, make no mistake about it. This physical moment is quite important. And make sure that you talk to yourself. Maybe have a pre-recorded voice of yours. Or if you want the voice, just contact me. Get it from my store. I will send it across to you via courier or via any mode of transportation or dispatch. You will definitely get it as an MP3. Put it in your smartphone. Just sit back, relax, put the headphone and follow my instructions. So maybe after watching this video, if you really thoroughly are interested towards that voice tape, repeated stacking voice tape, just give me a call or send a WhatsApp text. Just try to communicate with me. I will make sure that you get that audio in another 1 or 2 working days. So if this repeated stackings is done every day, not only during this problematic situations, if it is done as a therapy, as a regular form of exercises every single day, you will really be able to have a lot of transformation in your life. Take it from me. If you got any clarifications on how to do this, how to go about this, just tell me. I'll give you a demonstration. Alright, so mind you, my dear friends, repeat the stackings. Keep the eyes closed and do this particular therapy. Do this physical moment, get the happy moment, sacred moment, the funny moment. And the moment when you are bringing the hand closer to the heart, make sure that you are reminded about it, make sure that you are reiterated about it. Your mind has to be completely injected with the doses of those pleasure feelings, those sacred feelings, those funny feelings and those proud feelings. And then that's called as repeated stacking of your feelings, and you will be finding yourself completely getting the identity back. Reclaiming of true identity happens. So thank you so much for the time spent along with me. If you got any clarifications, just don't hesitate to call me or send a message. And if you need a voice, get in touch with me. Be strong, live with passion, always keep your true identity with yourself, don't lose it, and repeatedly stack all the positive feelings and stay strong.